విద్యా రంగంలోనే అగ్రగామిగా నిలిచిన విద్యా సంస్థ మాంటిసోరీ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం స్కూల్స్. ఫోన్ 227115 మరియు 277022.
Welcome to a 10th class English second video. Children, who is this? Yes, you might have seen in your textbook. She is Sudha Chandan. Sudha Chandan was born on 28 September 1965. She is an Indian film and television actress. In 1981, she hurt her leg in a road accident and her leg was amputated. Though she was physically handicapped, she used an artificial leg and she became an accomplished Bharatanatyam dancer. The other person. Who is this? Yes, you might have seen and know. He is Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking was born on 8th January 1942. He was the theoretical physicist and cosmologist. In 1963, he was diagnosed a slow progressing form of motor neuron disease. So, he lost his speech. His body was paralyzed. Though he was physically handicapped, he had done a very great work in the ground of science. Do you know who is this person? Definitely, you might have listened many times in our motivation classes also. So, she is none other than, she is Helen Keller. Helen Keller was born on 27th June 1880. When she was 2 years old, she was suffered from fever and she lost her sight. She became blind and deaf. She was an American author and political activist. She was the first deaf and blind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. Our education and training system represents an extraordinary accomplishment in the education of persons with these disabilities. So children, we have learned all these persons are disabled person. Now let us learn another person. Is none other than is Nick Vujicic. Nick Vujicic was born on 4th December 1982. He was born on 4th December 1982. His father was a computer programmer and accountant. His mother was a nurse. When Nick was born, his father left the hospital room to vomit. Why? Because he was born without arms and legs. His mother was a nurse. Right from her pregnancy, she had taken a very utmost care. But both the father and mother were blaming themselves why God had given a disabled child to them. So children, now we have seen Stephen Hawking, Helen Keller and Sudha Chandra. All these four persons are a disabled person. But one thing we could learn from their life, that is nothing could stop and any obstacle could not stop them to succeed in their life. So Nick Vujicic was a disabled person. Let us know what is his attitude. His attitude is altitude. So now all of you take your textbook and open your textbook and listen to the lesson. Imagine having no arms to stretch in the morning to help you scratch that itch, to allow you to wrap your arms around your loved ones. Imagine having no legs to kick pebbles down the street, to walk or to run, to bicycle or skateboard, or get you from point A to point B. Then imagine both at once, which is what Nick Vujicic has faced his whole life. Have you heard something like this before? Children, this is the what Nick Vujicic was facing in his life. He does not have arms and legs. That's what in the beginning of the lesson he was telling. Have you heard about like this before? He does not have the arm when it is itched to scratch. He does not have the arm to wrap their loved ones, and he does not have a leg to kick the pebbles. He does not have leg to ride bicycle or skateboard. So it is really a very pathetic or a very pitiable condition of Nick Vujicic. Nick Vujicic was born with no arms and legs, but he does not let the details stop him. The brave 20 years old, who is mainly a torso, plays football and golf, swims and surfs, despite having no limbs. So being a disabled person, that is Nick Vujicic, you could swim, you could do surfing, you could play football. In spite of all his disabilities, any details did not stop him to succeed in his life. Nick has a small foot on his left hip, which helps him balance and enables him to kick. He uses his one foot to type, write with a pen and pick the things up between his toes. Though he was born without leg, but he has got one small foot on his left hip. That helps him to balance himself and to enables him and to pick the things and to pick up the things between his toes. I call it my chicken drumstick, joked Nick, who was born in Melbourne, Australia, but now lives in Los Angeles. So he was born in Melbourne, Australia, and now he lives in Los Angeles. So he was calling his small food a chicken drumstick. We used to say the small food, he named it as a chicken drumstick, and he was joking with his friends. Water sports aren't Nick's only thing. He also plays golf with a club tucked under his chin, and is huge fan of English Primary Lego. And also, not only a sports art in his life, but also he used to play a club tucked under his chin. He used to play. He has also got a huge fan of English Primary Lego. His parents decided not to send him to special school, a decision he said was very hard for him, but which may have been the best decision they could have made for him. Maybe then first the parents decided not to send him to a special school, because that was the best decision they could make for him. That was Nick used said. When Nick was born, his father was so shocked that he left the hospital room to vomit. His distraught mother could not bring herself to hold him until he was 4 months old. And also, not only the father left the hospital room to vomit, but also his mother also, a distraught mother, could not hold him until he was 4 months old. So children, now we shall have the 4 questions. The question number 1 is from our textbook, and also question number 2 from our textbook. First question and the second question. And the third question, where was Nick born? Where was Nick born? Fourth question, what is the role of a small food in Nick's life? What is the role of small food in Nick's life? So, answer these 4 questions and send to my WhatsApp number.